Okay, so there's not much to see up here, but this is empty now, which is great. So I am documenting the upstairs. This is left down here, the dining room. This bed has not been taken apart yet. That's got the 2 mattress covers. I bought 4, so 2 are still here. This room's empty. The bonus room is now empty. Christine reminded them that there was a piece, the overstuffed chair was left up here. And there was some sort of heated discussion about whose responsibility that was between Pete and Victor. This room is empty. We're going to take the rest of that. This room is now empty. There was the Bombay dresser that is now sitting out on the front porch, on the sidewalk that sat there all night full of condensation. We took the blanket off so it could dry, but the piece itself is full of condensation, so hopefully the sun will dry it. This is my desk that Victor said that he just touched the leg, went and pulled the leg, and it just came off in his hand. And what did I expect for $75? He did offer to repair, to glue it for me. I said, forget it. But he said it was $75. What did you expect? Which I thought was not a very appropriate comment. So this room's done. The Penske truck that Pete and I spent about 3.5 to 4 hours yesterday going to get. Just left with the guys. I assume they went to go get breakfast. Nobody said anything. That was probably about 7:30, 7:45. So, the reason I went to take him to get to get the truck was he didn't want to take another guy off the job. So I thought it would expedite the move. And there were a couple more guys supposedly on their way. However, as we were walking. As we were driving, Pete continued to call different people to see if they wanted the job. Evidently, they're day laborers, and he would call, and he said that nobody here really wants to work, which is why he didn't get more guys. He did manage to get one guy that came from probably 8:30, what time did he get here? 9:30 yesterday morning, and he left at 8. He said he had to be home by curfew, whatever that means. And nice guy, really did a lot of the heavy lifting. The rest of the guys, no one else ever showed up. Pete said that you only really needed 5 at the beginning with the heavy labor, and as Christine and I did most of the packing, all of the packing on the inside of the house yesterday, I guess we were the heavy labor. So he didn't feel it was necessary to get any more people. We went to get the truck. We left here, I think it was like 12:10, I actually think. We drove to Durham, 22 miles away, and the Penske was not open. So Victor called his boss. Christine looked it up online. The closest Penske, which is their approved vendor, is in Sanford, which is 25 miles in the other direction. So we had to stop and drive over to Sanford. By the time we got there, picked up the truck and got back to the house, it was almost 4 o'clock, I believe. So both Pete and myself were out of pocket for approximately 3.5 hours. A lot of progress had been made in the house, and everything then was taken downstairs. The 3rd level was emptied, and the remaining items, other than what's still left in the house, were then taken and lined up on the front walk. So, and that's what you see here. I don't have a great picture of it, but So everything was lined up on my front walk, including that Bombay dresser. This was considerably much more full, and I realized at about 11 o'clock that there were, or 10 o'clock I guess, that there was going to be no attempt made to load this furniture. They were going to go to bed. So I asked about what the status was for tomorrow, and Pete said there was still a lot that had to be done. He would sleep and then until he woke up, and then he would get up and take care of this. Couldn't really give me a definitive time, said probably around noon. The shed has not been touched yet. And so I went out about 11, and the guys weren't around, and I asked the question about my couch. The couch was sitting out there, the ottoman and the good furniture, and was the intent that they were going to stay out overnight, and it was yes. And I said, but we have condensation, and the dew will ruin this stuff. So they stayed up. Christina and I went to bed. They stayed up for a while and packed a lot of it. There's a good number of it gone, amount of it gone. I took some pictures last night. But I came out this morning, and the one ottoman was still sitting there soaking wet. Everything that's there is soaking wet. You can see, and I'm not sure if you can tell very well, but those boxes are now starting to sag. Those contain glass items and fragile items and dishes. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I don't know that will be able to stack now, since they're weakened by setting out overnight. But this is my life right now. So this is a horrible move. The guys are nice. They started out nice. I think they're as tired as I am, and the fact that they don't have enough people. I was told by Victor that this was a 5-man job, and it's been done basically by 2 men the whole time for the most part. For a few hours we had 3. Pete does all the inventorying, so he doesn't do much of the heavy lifting. So it's Victor and the gentleman from yesterday. So again, this is day 3, and I'm hoping that this will be over soon. This is a nightmare.